Hey there, this is a bit of a different video, a tutorial. I'll be explaining and showing how I make body sheets. Here are some examples of the body sheets I make. Thank you to Renity and Star for this idea. To make a body sheet like me, you'll need the character parts separated. You can find them here, the hashtag in the corner. I'll show screenshots of what you need. You need the eyes, head with no face, front hair, and any other head accessories or ears your character has. And lastly, any back accessories or tails. Oh, and a regular screenshot of your awk in the first pose. First, when I make body sheets, I import all of the character's parts separately, on their own layers. I then arrange the parts so it's aligned with the original gacha image. I had already done some before I started recording. That's what you're seeing as I turn layers on. Here with the back hair, I'm just shrinking it so it fits the original image. Same here with the eyes, which are also on their own layer, so I can do eye tweening, blinking, or looking around. Also, I apologize if my explanation isn't great. This is my first tutorial. As I turn layers on and off here, that's just me checking if I've gotten the layer aligned, right? Just speeding it up. Also, sorry for the weird text-to-speech. I didn't want to use my voice. Note, for the arms and legs, those are the most important to be aligned right. It'll help with tweening. And it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. I'm simply a perfectionist. Kind of a mess, but here you can see all the layers aligned. I didn't get rid of the white background from the original screenshot. It's unnecessary. Now I'm just reorganizing the layers. If you need a reference for what order to put your parts in, I'll have one in the description. Now we're on the fun part, and the most time-consuming. When I make body sheets, I trace over the original gacha character to make all the lines smooth, and make any changes wanted. An example of a change here. I didn't like the black liner for this character, so I made it brown. You can see I bucket filled the liner, which does seem a lot easier, but in my opinion, I don't think it looks great. I was simply doing it to check if I liked the color. And now, simply just trace all your parts. The brush size will probably vary depending on your canvas size and how big you make your character on the canvas. I use the regular felt tip pen soft brush on Ibis Paint, sizes 6.0 and 5.0 depending on if it's a bigger or smaller detail. I also heavily rely on the straight line and circle features to make my life easier. I forgot to do this, but I recommend also taking a screenshot of the hands without a sleeve, if long sleeves, so you can have an easier time tracing the hands. Yes, this singular line took 3 minutes. This honestly takes a lot of patience. If you aren't happy with your parts and how they connect, feel free to liquefy or redo. That's the basic premise. You just do that for all the parts. I didn't want to record for an hour straight, so I cut to when I had most of the parts done. You can also see that with the hair, I made the edges sharper. It's not needed, I just think it looks cool. Also, some more layers were separated, I put the shirt length and skirt on different layers for better tweening, and the scarf has 3 different layers: the collar, the bow, and the strings, again, for better tweening. And some parts have been edited. The back bow has more detail, and the shoes are a slightly different shade. You can be creative. You don't need to trace one for one. Here, I'm just showing why I cut the scarf into different sections. Now, the head is a little different. That's why I didn't do it off camera. For the head, you want to outline the hair and actual head separately. I like to add a bit of fade to all the hair on my characters, including the mid-hair. But if you don't want to, you can skip this part and do it normally. Speeding up because, God, I'm slow. I also didn't include the little, swoops, because I want to put those on separate layers, so they can be bouncy. Again, I made the edges sharper, and now I'm just coloring it in and doing the swoops. For the head, just do the chin outline and color it in under the hair you just drew. You can merge the outline and coloring too. Now for the eyes. I use the dip pen hard in Ibis Paint for the lash, and depending on how many layers are in the body sheet, I either combine the mid-lash and top lash or keep them separate. Since this model has a lot of layers, I combine them. I also didn't follow the lash of the original eye, since I thought a downturned eye would fit better. For reference for the other eye, since I did my own top lash, I copy and pasted and liquefied it, then traced over it again to make it smooth. A line for the bottom lash. For the sclera, I'd say just mess around until it looks good. Then make the gray just the shadow. For the iris, please make sure it's an actual circle or oval. It looks so much better. The irises can be clipped to the scleras. I also love to add a Gaussian blur and small highlight to the eye's irises. For Gaussian blur, I usually put it around 10. Also group the eye layers in a folder. Now, you can move on to adding fades to hair, cloth, or anything. Just use a soft airbrush eraser and gently erase what you want. I usually do this for the hair, animal ears if they have it, tail if they have it, any dangling strings, shirt lengths and skirts, and bows. I also forgot to do this. Go back to the eye folder. For the top lash, underneath them add a chunk of skin. I don't know how to explain it. Just follow what I do. This makes blinking 10 times easier. Merge the skin chunk to the top lash. And back to fades. Please use this sparingly. Don't make your ock completely transparent, unless the ock is like water or something. And that's pretty much it. Now, if you want, you can add shading. To make shading, I grab the Linert color and put it down to 50% opacity, then simply do my shading. I like to draw my own mouths. Each of my ox besides Locket and Feo have unique mouths. I want to put this in now. Please don't trace any of my characters and body sheets. I work very hard on these sillies, each one taking to 2 for hours depending on its detail, and I'd hate seeing them stolen. Especially don't trace my mouths. I want those to be unique. For mouths, I do a closed smile, closed frown, open smile, teeth smile, open frown, teeth frown, open scream. I don't know what else to call it, teeth scream, and sometimes an O mouth. Also, my main reference for mouths is from Kauki. Just thought it'd be nice to tell where I reference. And that's it. Here's the finished character. I'm really proud of how they came out, and I'm so excited to let y'all know this character will be given away. If you want the chance to receive this AWK, just comment following the form that will be in the description. And if you have any other questions on how I make body sheets, comment and I'll try to respond ASAP. I hope this tutorial was helpful. Bye.